Hey everybody, Tony Bickert here, standing in front of Monroe Elementary. Actually, this is a voiceover, but I was standing there taking that picture on September the 2nd in Topeka, Kansas. Some of you know I'm a former teacher. I'm also a former journalist, and the two have something in common: critical thinking skills. That's what I'd love to teach, what I'd love to practice as a journalist. Get all sides of a story before you form an opinion if you want to be smart. Now, there's a movement afoot called critical race theory. Now, this is nothing more than an attempt by the white, conservative, Christian folks to remove any kind of white ugliness from the books, the history books, and from here on out. Let's not go over these uncomfortable, ugly things that we might have done as a race. Let's just take it out. Let's just erase it with white out. Yeah, I can go on with the white metaphors here. You get it. But come on, teachers, join with me here. Let's fight this. Yeah, it's easy for me to say I'm retired, but everyone who knows me knows I would be fighting this tooth and nail. So you can mute everything I'm talking about here. I'm a blowhard, right? But I'm going to show what I saw in this school, Monroe Elementary, which is a National Historic Site now. It's all about the civil rights movement, the good, the bad, and of course the ugly. So let her roll. Cut. I forgot. I need to tell you a little bit more about this school. It's now a museum. Monroe was built by blacks. They needed to build a school for their kids because the whites wouldn't let them in to their school. This was in 1855 the school was built, so slavery was still happening then. But in its heyday, Monroe became one of the standard bearers for black schools. It's also the site, or the city, I should say, Topeka, where Brown versus the Board of Education in 1954 took place, when the Supreme Court handed down that landmark decision. Here it is, one of the first signs you'll read when you go into the museum. And that last part down there, it gets to the ugly, doesn't it? But enough of me telling you how to think. That's not how you become a critical thinker, but most people do listen to only one source. I'm going to let you loose in the museum now so you can watch and listen. And how about this? Come up with the argument that supports the white segregationists that are portrayed in this as villains, pretty much. But, it's not a fairy tale. There's no heroes versus villains here. It's people, and they're upset. Do they have a reason? Do they have a reason that you can relate to? Can you empathize? Make some arguments. Give it a shot. Put them in the comments. I'll copy edit them. Fix your typos and grammar and stuff, Then I'll give them a grade. It's hard to stop being a teacher and a journalist. Anyway, here is your Monroe Elementary School Museum tour. Take 2.
You will not take their children away from them.
Well, if that was the ugly and the bad, then this is, by all means, the good. That's Thurgood Marshall up there in the middle, the civil rights attorney in the 50s that brought the Brown versus Board case, Topeka, Kansas case, to the Supreme Court, and he argued it and won it. He would later go on to be not a chief justice, but a associate justice on the Supreme Court himself. Yeah, that's what Chief Justice Earl Warren wrote about why segregation was unconstitutional. I just want to say that one of the things that struck me while I was in the Monroe building was the floorboards. They were creaky and kind of haunting. They were old. I don't know if they are original, but they were probably 100 years old, those floorboards. And I walked on them. Anyway, this last segment is about the women. I was also struck by the number of women. So many. Yeah, you had your Martin Luther King. But this isn't about him. Again, please pause and read.